Hi, and welcome to Realtor Real Talk. I'm Christina Palmer.
And I'm Celeste Huss, and we're with Parker Real Estate in Logan, Utah.
Today we're going to talk about how to prepare your home to sell.
Yes,
That's exciting.
it is, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
No, it's not. That is so true. So the first one that we came up with is clean, clean, clean.
And clean some more.
And some more if you need to. Really, bottom line, just do a really deep clean. Baseboards, floors, have
Light
your carpets clean.
switches.
Yes. Your fridge, like really everything, just do a really deep clean on your home.
Think about a model home.
Mm-hmm.
Model homes are very clean. Maybe some dust or something like that over time, and even at that, they're usually pretty good to have any of that. But a buyer's perception of a home in part will come from how clean a home is, because when a home is not clean and looks as if it is in disrepair, it does devalue a home in a buyer's sight for sure.
Absolutely.
So having it super squeaky clean just makes all the difference. Like,
clean and organized.
get to know Mr. Clean, the magic eraser, and become best friends.
Yes. The other thing is lighting, which I think is so key. Open up your blinds. And then also clean the windows and like your window sills if you can. I know sometimes it's in the colder months and whatnot, but really lighting, natural lighting is really important as people are coming through to really see the brightness, and it also changes the look of a house as far as like the size. It appears bigger.
Yeah.
So let there be light.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Because when you walk into a home that has all the curtains drawn and all the drapes shut and everything, it kind of is a little unnerving too.
You want to get out of there as fast as you got in there.
So you want a buyer to just be like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Yet when they walk into something a little dark and it's just a little bit creepier, you just don't want that. You want it to just be light and bright. You want to make sure all your light bulbs are replaced, any that are burned out. So if you have one of those things across your vanity and one of them's burned out, just get a new bulb, like replace those that you need to. But yeah, it's huge.
That is,
huge,
it
huge.
really
and
is.
If you're showing it at night, like when it's starting to get dark, and you have the option, obviously maybe you're at work or something like that, but turn on all of the lights so that when they come to the house, it's all lit up and bright and beautiful, and that will make a big difference.
It will, and a lot of times, like before you're showing a home, I know that some agents will go over there. I've done this when I'm representing a seller. I'll go over and turn on all the lights, make sure everything's in working condition. So that is a good tip, is to make sure your lights
makes a good first impression. And that's a big one. And I think that we talk about this a little bit, but in the cleaning, that breezeway, even though it's on the outside of your house, like wiping down your front door, making sure there's not cobwebs around there, because we as agents are trying to get into a lockbox that's usually on a front door. Right. And so the buyers have a moment to kind of stand there, and they're looking around and they're looking at these things,
all these
or all the grime on the door, stuff like that. So just a good power wash or something like that is a part of that cleaning inside and out.
Yeah. So the other thing that I've done is, as representing a seller, I'll have them like go through their home, like they are the buyer. I want you to just go through, be neutral, but like go through what things stand out to you as you're standing at the front door. What do you see? Oh, grime on the door. Oh, the window needs to be clean. So that is helpful too. Like put yourself in a buyer and going through your house and looking through. They're also going to be opening up closets and pantries and different things like that. So that's another one on our list, is making sure like it's organized. If there's things that you don't use, pack it up and move it out if you can. I mean, kind of get that starting, that first step of getting moving process.
You're going to be moving
anyway. So start to kind of like go through things. But if you do have to move it to a garage, make sure it's organized in the garage, because they will open up your garage door. They're going to see, they're going to want to see what's out there. So I think pantries, your closets, like just declutter, clean, and organize. Yeah. Because you want the buyers to visualize what it's going to look like for them. And I know that's kind of tricky, but like creating more space moving furniture out if you need to, taking out half the pantry if you need to, things that you don't use, because that allows them to be like, wow, that's a big pantry, versus if it's stuffed full of noodles like mine and fruit snacks. They're not going to be able to see it because you've got so much crap in there. So that's a good point.
Yeah, what I tell people is that you need to move your stuff out so that a buyer can visualize where their stuff goes.
Yeah.
And so I totally agree. It is something. That's why having the walls more neutral rather than the accent color that you painted 10 years ago.
Forest green, you know.
It just may not be, and to that person, so disclaimer, as a seller, you are the most emotionally involved person in this whole process because this is your home.
You've raised your kids there. You've made memories.
So your home is the most personal to you, and you have a buyer who's going to come in. They don't have any memory of your daughter walking down the staircase in her prom dress and
bringing home a newborn.
Just those things. They just don't have it, and so they're going to look at it that way. And so you kind of have to remove yourself a little bit more. We've said it in another video that it is like flipping your own home. Model homes look like they're not lived in for a reason, because they're not.
Well, and it gives buyers that opportunity to visualize what it would look like if they were to buy a home like this. Absolutely.
It's kind of a pattern of like, wow, I would like a couch like that there. And
I would put this here and
so kind of neutral. Distracting things can also be family pictures. We're both here from this area, and so I can definitely speak for myself, but there are times when I can walk into a home and I can be like, oh, I wonder if I know them. Or
I went to high school with them.
And so if you have things that are so distracting, a buyer will actually pay more attention to your stuff and to your trinkets, or maybe they're bothered by your trinkets.
It could go one way or the other. True.
They could be like, that's so cool, or they could be like, whoa, what in the world is that? You know? So your goal should constantly be to like have as much wow and not because like looking in your pantry, or oh my gosh, this is so
I wonder how those granola bars taste. Those look good.
So there just are always just little things like that, like taking screens out of windows. If you have your windows clean, leave the screens out and just put them in the garage. Because then it keeps the windows looking cleaner. And so it's not that, they'll be able to put them in, but it just really makes a huge impression. It just looks so good.
Back to the distraction, just real quick, I wanted to add, depersonalize it. So if you've got things that like have your social security, birthdays, just things that are like personalized to you, take those, put them in a cubby, in your closet, in somewhere where they're safe. I was there at a home showing, and there was like the immunization card of their daughters, and it had her social security number, like those little yellow, and I was like, oh, that just kind of made me like, just to protect you too. I mean, there are people that come through your house. You don't know these people. Hopefully they're, honest and whatnot, but it's protecting you.
Yeah. Well, even beyond that, I mean, even stuff like guns or
true. Really.
like diamonds, jewelry, things like that. I mean, certainly we're there with our clients at every moment, but I mean, you could have one person distracting us and
somebody else
looking through something or other, or even medications, for heaven's sakes.
Yes,
I mean,
that's a big one.
Because people do want to evaluate the space that is available to them. So it is kind of a little bit of a fine line. But when you have sensitive things, definitely make sure that
they're tucked away and they're safe. For sure.
You just don't want to give people information that maybe they don't need to have. So
the other one is to spruce up the outside. Obviously, depending on when you're going to put your home on the market. I mean, if it's wintertime, that might be a little bit trickier, but if you can power wash, cut back some shrubs, really make the outside, the curb appeal, top notch, is going to
get you more money. But that's the first impression that people have as they come up to your house too is your yard.
Yeah. Yes.
So it is super important. That goes back to like your breezeway. What do people see as are they seeing cobwebs everywhere?
Is it negative or is it a positive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it can be so minimal what you can do to improve that. So it is so worth it to make that stand out.
Yeah.
And keep your lawn mowed if it's in the summer. Keep it watered
so it's green. Yeah.
Just and keep watering it even when you've gone under contract, please.
Yes.
For the buyer's
Don't turn the
sake.
water off.
Yeah, like it's just good. You just gotta think about what really puts the best foot forward to show the things of your house. And I think we talked about this in another video, but it's kind of like sometimes if it's a for sale by owner and you have a buyer that seller wants to point out all the little things that are so good, rather than follow them through the house and do that, you and your agent can make little note cards even and put it next to something.
So it's right there that they can see.
Like, hey, here's a light switch for recessed lighting or a light switch for the outside lights or things like that. So use things like that to point out features and benefits that you like. Is a way to do that more than feel like you have to be the person saying, you have to see this. You've got to see this.
And some people, I mean, that's not important to them. So that could also be like, okay, that's not cool.
You
or,
could
I don't
be pushing
care.
something like they could care less if there was recessed lighting. They've never put lights on their house at Christmas before ever. So they're
it's not a big deal.
Whatever.
But to others it is.
Yeah. So
it's true.
I had one time some people who had moved next door and were selling theirs. And my clients were like, I would not buy that house because I would not, knowing that they were going to be the neighbors. It's like,
nope, not going to do it.
Nope, because they were trying to tell them everything about the house and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, I just wouldn't want that. I feel like anytime I made a change in the house,
that was
they'd
their
be
house.
like, oh,
you're changing the carpet.
Yeah, so you really just have to kind of keep a clear division and
definitely keep the emotions in check. I mean, because selling it, you're so much more emotionally invested than the buyer is at that point.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
And if you have any questions or video topics you'd like to see us cover, leave them in the comments below.
See you next time.